The bells within Big Ben rings. It stops on the third chime. The 18-year-old woman stands near the top. Her denim jacket and long ponytail black hair, tied with a white bow, flutters in the wind. Her tightened white t-shirt doesn't move, but she feels the breeze of the cold on her exposed leg. She holds her strapped 6'6" Nodachi to keep it from falling off. Kaori Kanzaki's eyes closes. She takes in the beauty and calm atmosphere of the British capital. Yet she cannot enjoy such scenery. The sight of Godzilla near the white cliffs of Dover, the awakening of Bagan, and the battles that ensued is all that she can see in her mind. She reopens her eyes. What a week. Something on your mind? She turns her head to the right, spotting the red hairstyle Magnus in his black habit. There's a lot of it. Yeah, I can believe that. He takes out a cigarette from a pack and lights it. He inhales, then puffs smoke. I can't take my mind off of what happened either. It all seemed like a blur. Both sorcerer and saint stare ahead. Tell me, what do you think of Godzilla? Honestly, I don't know. It's a miracle that we survived at all. I'm not calling him a saint or anything, but I'm very grateful. Strange, isn't it? Not at all. In the early morning hours of January 7th, she has thanked the great kaiju for saving their lives. But currently at the same time, she feels like there are certain questions that lingers on. I've been thinking, what is it like in his dimension? For so long we kept our identities and presence from the public, but because of the Black Death, we're now hunted everywhere. I guess Sensei was right. This is no longer a matter of good or evil, magic against science, but what do we call this then? Beats me. He got me on that end. But in saying that, what is it like in Godzilla's world? Are these Mukon keeping their existence a secret? Or are they blending into the crowd to not be discovered? The ends of her hair brightens up, emitting the purple glow. Style notices, but he does not bring it to her attention, thinking that she already knows. Hey, look on the bright side. At least Index is back with us. Yeah, but look at what we went through just to get Elizabeth back. Even after Bagan's death, the Black Death is still out there. How can I look on the bright side if so many lives are taken away? By making sure it doesn't happen again. Kaori looks back to him, taking his cigarette out and tapping it. That's all we could do at this point. Still, to think that the great apocalypse is real, and with nothing to stop it. If only Kamajo wasn't so much of an idiot! Don't you think you're a bit too harsh on him? What? Think about it. Ever since you two met, you were kind of a dick to him. Need I remind you of the bruise on the side of Elizabeth's head? I'm talking about before that. Numerous times he helped us out tremendously, but you never gave him credit for any of them. And to be fair, he didn't know about the Black Death until he met him. Maybe next time you see him, you should apologize to him. If he's still breathing after this, then I'll consider it. Kaori, come to 10 Downing, quickly. Sensei? Must be important. I'm heading back to my home. The girls must be worried sick right about now. Right. See ya. The two jumps off Big Ben in two different directions. Arriving at the street, she approaches the Prime Minister's residence. She enters through in a hurry, shutting the door behind her. Sensei! In my office! She follows the voice, leading her down the corridor. Entering the man's office, right away she spots Montgomery, Index, in her chair, and a portal right next to her. It closes, revealing her master with his hands behind his back. I came as soon as you called, Sensei. What's wrong? Are the Celts invading? No, but they are involved. We have a situation. He tells her what is currently happening. Some of Bagan's body parts being stolen, Godzilla possibly returning to their dimension, and the shadows of the great apocalypse. Both Elizabeth and Othinus are stunned, and Kanzaki, while terrified, understands the situation. I see. Should I go and kill your brother then? I am not allowing one of my best students to get herself killed. If only I had my powers again. Master, I want to get started right away. In a moment. Now, Kanzaki, there is something that you can do. The only way to ensure Mizora does not return is to destroy or dispose the body parts entirely. But how? I'm not strong enough to damage its hide, let alone when it was alive. Fortunately, there is someone that can. Head to Japan and seek out the former leader of Academy City. And I am not talking about Alistair. He's currently in Tokyo. She nods her head. She turns and exits his office. She looks over her shoulder, seeing the English nun's face, before heading off once more. This is going to be really interesting. The former officers of Anti-Skill, Aiho Yumikawa and Tsuzuri Tezo, exit through the main gates of the JSDF camp. Well, we made it. I'm surprised that we got this far. Also, why did you bail me out before the Celtics invaded? I thought you were going to let me die. Come on. You may have done something bad, but you learned from it. Let you die? Pfft, you're still a good friend. No way was I ever letting that happen. Hearing her say that causes Tesso to smile. Besides, with Yoshikawa gone, I'm stuck babysitting them. No fair! Exclaims Misaka, jumping up and down. Speaking of which... Turning the corner, their eyes lace upon the car of which is parked on the side of the road. Accelerator leans against it, drinking juice from a can. The childlike clone, Misaka number 20001, last order, jumps up and down, trying to reach it. That's not fair! You took the last one! You already had one. This is mine. But that's your fifth one! Hey, are you two behaving yourselves? He won't share, shouts Misaka. She's driving me crazy. Oh, like every other day? Not funny. Alright, let's get something to eat. What do you feel like? I'll go for anything. He opens his eyes, revealing the red pupils. In his sights, the saint of the Far East stands on a building across the street. Their eyes locks. Hey, what's up? Misaka doesn't like it when you stare off like that. We got ourselves a visitor. Kaori jumps from the building onto the street. She walks up to the four, then finally stops. Oh, it's you. Accelerator? Who's asking? Prime Minister Ulyclese's student. He raises his left eyebrow. 9:25 p.m. Within the house inside of the suburbs of Naruma, a can of black coffee is opened. The former chairman takes a sip. He, Kanzaki, and Yumikawa are sitting at a table, while Tesso and Last Order are playing behind them. So you're saying that Zenov is bringing back that kaiju? Yes. We thought it was the end, but it looks like he'll do anything to bring it back. My question is, why? At this point, I don't know. No. Why me? You should handle this by yourself. My power alone isn't enough. My master tasked me to destroy what remains of Bagan, but he told me that you can be able to do it. The white-haired boy thinks back to his fight against the kaiju. Many times he had made significant damages to its body. Suppose if we destroy the body, what happens after that? Hopefully we wouldn't need your help to kill the Black Death. Unlikely, considering you were struggling against him. But alright, I'll help you. You just accepted it that quickly? I know what the stakes are, so there's no point. Hang on, let's think about this. Me and Tessa will be in the JSDF. Where will we send Last Order? Send her to Yoshikawa. I can't. She texted me saying she's helping her brother. She has a brother? She doesn't like to talk about her family life. I can put her in protective custody. I'm not sure that they'll accept a clone. Oh, come on. They won't know. Besides, the Celts don't know of her existence. Or the others. You just had to jinx it, didn't you? It'll be fine. Hell, I heard Heaven Chancellor is working for one of them. At least give it a chance. Fine. He feels his gray striped jacket being pulled. He looks, seeing the little clone standing beside him. You're leaving? Asks Misaka. It'll only be for a short while. It won't take long. She lifts her hand. Her pinky finger sticks out. Promise her. Promise Misaka that you'll come home safe. He lifts his right pinky, locking with hers. He stares into her tearful eyes with great assurance. I promise. Kanzaki, watching this, feels only sympathy towards the young boy. Elizabeth Montgomery is one such person that she herself is trying to protect. The boy inhales, then stands up from the chair. So, where are we off to first? Kanzaki stands up from her seat. There are only a few body parts that we should go after. Arms, torso, legs, and the horn. The problem is that some are being taken at a rapid rate. Where do you think they're being sent to? Possibly to an underground facility, or the Celtic Union itself. Which one seems the more easiest? I'd say Scandinavia. Let's start with Norway. Can you speak Norwegian? Nope. Then I'll do all the talking. From what I heard, the Celtic Union is a closed-off superpower. How do you plan on getting us in? I know a guy. He's currently in Russia. He'll give us a lift. Then what are we waiting for? Let's get going. 1:00 a.m. The massive Russian Illusion IL-76 cargo plane lifts out of the clouds. At the height of 12,500 meters, the full moon's light shines upon the aircraft. In the interior, the pilots are focused on what is in front of them and keeping the plane stable. We're now passing Swedish airspace. Entering Norwegian airspace in 40 seconds. Roger. Response from the ground is still quiet. Must be focused on the chaos down below. Alexei, inform our friends in the cargo hold. Within said cargo hold, Kanzaki and Accelerator leans against the wall. The sound of boots grabs their attention. Tabashi, we're close to Oslo. Thanks again for helping us, Alexei. It is no trouble. It is my way of paying you back during the Civil War. Of course. Is there anything that we should expect when we get down there? Norway is in chaos. Avoid Oslo if you can. You will have to come into contact with the Norwegian resistance. Where can we find them? Last contact was in Kjeller, 17 kilometers off the capital. Right. Anything else? The cargo plane rocks back and forth suddenly. Yes, the Norwegian Celtic Army. Do not get caught. The light in the cargo hold goes out. Red lights turns on, followed by an alarm. Got it. She and Accelerator lift their backs from the wall. They and the sergeant walks up to the end, then stops. Smirnov approaches the other side of the hold. We're near Oslo. Good luck, Tavares. He pushes a button. The plane's cargo door opens. The sound of machinery is overtaken by the rushing winds and the sound of the jet engines. They see explosions going off caused by the air-bursting shells fired from far down below. Both the Saint and Esper stops at the very edge. The former retracts his walking crutch and clicks on his electrode, then turns around. Kaori lifts her left leg and hovers it over the edge. He leans backwards and she leans forward. At the exact same time, both Kanzaki and Accelerator dive headfirst out of the IL-76. The aircraft itself banks to the right, deploying its chaff and flares. Explosions engulf some of them. Descending at an altitude of 12,000 meters, both Saint and Esper sees the bright lights of the Norwegian capital. She tucks her head in. Her eyes lays upon the cargo plane as it disappears within the clouds in the distance. The anti-air is still focused on them, an opportunity that she and Accelerator will take. She looks back down as they continue to descend. Passing through the clouds, they reach 7,000 meters. The lights of Oslo and the bay becomes more clear than ever. But that is not what the two are focused on. Their eyes locks into an open field sitting next to the village of Kjeller. 4,000 meters and descending. They flip their bodies right side up as they reach 3,500 meters. Accelerator grabs onto Kaori's denim jacket as the two reaches 500 meters. Pockets of air materializes underneath their feet. Their descent slows to a crawl. Their feet touches solid ground once again. The force blows away particles of snow in multiple directions. Accelerator lets go of her jacket, and the crutch extends back out. He uses it to hold his balance. They look all around them. It seems to be very quiet. No activity is spotted anywhere. Well, we're here. Right, so where the hell are these resistance fighters or whatever? Beside them, the snow lifts. They turn, alert, and getting ready. A body stands to her feet and raises her hands up. Whoa, whoa, relax. We're not one of those traitors. Oh yeah? Who are you then? The Royal Norwegian Army, part of the resistance of Norway. She whistles, then approaches the two. 10 bodies in white camouflage lifts from the snow. In their hands are NM-149 precision rifles and MP5 SDs. The two relaxes. Welcome to the Kingdom of Norway, my friends. I suppose that you're the help that Ulyclese promised? Yes, I'm Kaori Kanzaki, and this is my companion, Accelerator. Ah, it's nice to meet you. Your Japanese needs work. Apologies, I don't speak it much often. She brushes the snow from her shoulders. I'm Major Turkstag of the Telemark Battalion. We should be at our headquarters right now, but those traitors forced us out. What exactly is going on? You two dropped right into a civil war. You got the Royal Norwegian Army on one side and the Norse Celtic Army on the other. It's kind of chaotic. Gunshots suddenly ring out, but it is coming from far away. Are we under attack? That's the Norse Celtic Army I mentioned. Right now, some of the soldiers are in the other village killing civilians, thinking that they're a part of our resistance. They won't talk. That I know. Why are you not helping them? We're not risking ourselves getting exposed. There's nothing we could do. Let's go. The Celts will find us. 2:00 a.m. Within the village of Kjeller, a villager opens the entrance. The resistance and both Kanzaki and Accelerator enters. The latter examines their surroundings. Many officers and soldiers of the Norwegian army lays down on the floor or standing near the windows to watch guard of any activity. They are armed only with imported AKM assault rifles from Russia and G17 pistols from Germany and Austria respectively. 18 civilians that did not accept the new Celtic regime are also equipped with AKMs. Talk about desperate. Very sorry for this sight. Our numbers are decreasing rapidly. It's all right. I thank you for your hospitality, but we're on a mission right now. We need to locate one of Bagan's body parts. Bagan? Ah, yes, the demon. We've been getting reports from MI6. Is it true what happened to it? Yes, me and Accelerator witnessed it. That beast had what's coming to it. If only we got to thank Godzilla for what he did. You might be able to because he will return if we don't prevent Bagan from coming back or reassembling. Every soldier and civilian look to her stunned. Some expresses anger, while others feel a sense of fear. So the rumors are true. Damn it. Then you understand why we're here? Yes. As much as we want to help, our hands are tied. That's why you have us, ma'am. We'll take care of the body for good. Ulyclese was right. You are a good witch. All right, come over here. The major walks off with the two Japanese following her. The three enter another room. Soldiers and officers salute her as she approaches a table. She stops in front of it. On it is a map of Norway spread out across. All right, here's what's been going on. 14 hours ago, we've been getting reports from some of our fighters. They've seen multiple convoys pass through every day, every 10 hours. This morning, however, our spies in Bagan sent word of a large shipment that was just delivered to the docks. From what they said, it's a giant horn. Bagan's horn. Kanzaki remembers the moment when the first-ranked Esper ripped the horn off. She looks to the boy. You were very brutal. It needed to be done. Now, about the horn. When was the last time it was spotted? In the town of Hemsedal. We believe that it's heading south for the capital. There are two possible paths it can go down, near the Rensfjorden River or the Mjøsa River. Which one is the more shorter route? That would be Rensfjorden. The problem with that is that there was an ambush 2 days ago, so the Celtic command told the others to find other routes. So that leaves the Mjøsa River then. Another problem is the convoy itself. 3 Leopard 2s, 1 M113 APC, and up to 50 soldiers are guiding it. That shouldn't be a problem for us. The Saint turns to the Esper. Do you want me to translate what we're saying? I have a basic idea. Ambush near a massive river? Yeah. Alright. You got any weapons I can use? Since when did you use firearms? When I'm not using my ability, using a pistol seems second nature to me. Well, in that case, she digs a G17 pistol out from under the table and places it on the map. This will suit you well. He picks it up with his left hand. With his finger away from the trigger, he looks down the sights. Yeah, this will do. Very good. Now, here's what we'll do. The rest of the soldiers gathers around the major. The first and second squads will be camouflaged in the snow on the side of the road. The third will cut off all communications from the convoy to their central command. Kanzaki and Accelerator will be standing in the middle of the road, and hopefully they'll stop. When they do, that's when we commence our ambush. As far as the tanks are concerned, we don't have any rocket launchers, but the Esper will take care of them. As the two take care of the horn, we'll provide support fire if it gets too heated. Ma'am, if the horn can't be destroyed, what happens then? That's what the river is for. They'll throw that thing in, and hopefully, it'll be unsalvageable. Any questions? No one answers. Alright, we leave at 0500. Dismissed. 4 o'clock a.m. With her head down, Kanzaki leans against the wall. To her, so much is at stake, all for the one girl that she is protecting. The memories of seeing her great friend Elizabeth Montgomery and her smile is the one thing that she refuses to let die, not after everything that she had went through. While Index does not seem to be disturbed by her experiences, Kaori can never forget the number of times that the nun was almost killed by both Bagan and Xanov. I can't let that happen again. Not this time. She clenches the sheathed Nadachi. The ends of her hair suddenly glows up purple. But then, it dims away. How did you do that? She lifts her head, seeing the white-boyed hair standing next to her. How did I do what? That glow in your hair. Is that supposed to be your power or something? Honestly, I don't know what's going on with me. It does feel like my power has been amplified, but I don't know how or why. That should be a good thing, right? I guess. Look at me. I may have gotten shot in the head, but I'm a far cry from being as weak as the other jackasses. Though, I do have my limits. I didn't know you Espers had limits. He lifts his left hand and points to the electrode around his neck. This choker around my neck isn't just for show. Because of my condition, I'm forced to rely on a specific network in order to reflect anything, and I can't make any calculations as much as I used to. What kind of network are you connected to? It's complicated to explain. One explanation later. Oh my god! Yeah, I know. It's fucked up. And to think that Alistair was that devious. Bastard. Just be happy that he's dead. She brushes her hair back. Hearing everything from the Misaka network and his current condition, her mind starts thinking of something else. You know, I've always thought you Espers were full of yourselves, but because of you, it's really not the case. Trust me, we're not all monsters. Sure, there are some assholes on our side, but most of us really don't want to get involved into stupid shit that interrupts our lives. I guess we sorcerers have our limits too. Though most of us think that we're invincible. But their egos won't let them see reality? Pretty much. Though I never thought I had an ego. I was just trying to do what was best. And protect an amazing friend. Memories of Project Radio Noise floods the boy's mind. And I thought achieving absolute power would be a way to not harm anyone. But I guess that Kamajo showed me a different way. Kaori's eyes widens. She looks to him with his eyes closed, but his face is being more calm than usual. She looks ahead, smiling. Yeah, he has a tendency to do that. Actually, I heard that he and the third level 5 are watching over Esther Rosenthal. He opens his left eye, gazing at her, then closes it. They better not fuck it up. Pardon? Nothing. Was that concern I hear? Don't you dare. 11 o'clock a.m. The snow falls into the ground, the fields, and the river. Both Kanzaki and Accelerator stands on the road, waiting. Their eyes are fixated on what is ahead. The resistance fighters are nowhere to be seen, nor are they out in plain sight. Suddenly, they catch something approaching from up ahead. An army transport truck comes into view. Behind it on an open back is the massive horn of Bagan with its tip sticking upwards. Behind it, the 120mm barrel of the Leopard 2 follows behind, followed by another, then another. After them, the APC tails behind it with other troop transports coming behind it. The entire convoy has arrived. In the lead truck, the driver and passenger spots the two Japanese individuals on the road. The driver honks the horn. They do not move. Kanzaki grabs her Nadachi by her right hand and prepares to draw with her left. I know that you have your limits, but can you please use it for this? He reaches and clicks on the electrode as the convoy comes to a halt. Don't slow me down. Right back at you. The entire convoy stops. The passenger exits the vehicle and steps in front of the truck. In his hands is an M4 assault rifle imported from the Celtic Republic of Ireland. Hey, you two, step off the road. We have no time to play with you kids. Sorry, but you have something that doesn't belong to anyone. Wait a minute. You're one of the witches! He turns around and waves behind him. Come out! The Witch of the East is here! The word spreads down the line. Soldiers in the back of the transports and armed with assault rifles rushes to the front. A bullet suddenly hits one of them in the head, killing them. Then another drops dead, followed by another. Ambush! They scatter behind the vehicles for cover. Then they return fire, but they can't see where it is coming from. On the hill, within the snow, the resistance fighters have opened fire on those dumb enough to poke their heads up. The front Leopard turns its cannon 45 degrees to the right. A heat of S shell fires. An explosion erupts on the hill, killing 4 fighters. The cannon reloads and prepares to fire again. The Seven Heavens sword swings downwards. It slices through the barrel. She lands on the hull, then thrusts the sword downwards, digging the blade into the hatch, killing the driver. The commander, Henrik Ullman, pops out of the commander's hatch and aims his M4. She digs the blade out as the man fires. Without moving her body, she deflects and slices through the bullets fired at her with ease. The M4 clicks. A bullet pierces his neck, and she swings her sword to the left, slicing through the man's neck, finishing him off. The driver of the transport truck only sees Accelerator in front of him. The boy himself lifts his left hand and fires his pistol 3 times. The bullets hit the windshield, but they do not penetrate through. Driver Dan Bellin hits the gas pedal. The vehicle drives off, leaving the others behind. No fear rests on his face as he gets closer and closer to the Esper. Accelerator himself smiles. The truck suddenly crashes. Its front hood and grille is squished. The vehicle lifts off the ground before coming back down. Bellin's head smashes against the wheel. The truck remains still. Kanzaki looks ahead, thinking that something may have happened to the 15-year-old. However, she hears the sound of laughter. Not a good idea, dumbass! He appears around the front and stops on the side. He grabs and rips open the door. His devilish smile terrifies Belland. You may not understand me, but you will understand that you're about to die! He reaches in and pulls him out. His vector crushes his throat and vocal cords. He throws the dead man away off the cliff into the abyss down below. Oh man, I haven't felt this way in a long while! The second and third Leopard tanks pulls up beside the disabled one, aiming at 120mm. They fire. The saber rounds does not touch him. In an instant, they are redirected to the lead Leopard, penetrating through the hull into the ammunition next to the dead driver. Kanzaki jumps off of the disabled tank. The armored vehicle explodes. The shockwave smashes onto the soldiers on both sides, including the Saint herself. The turret falls onto the ground only inches away from hitting her body. She looks back to Accelerator, who is unfazed, walking ahead and deflecting the bullets fired at him back to the North Celtic soldiers, while he himself is firing his pistol sporadically. Suddenly, he stops. If I ever meet Manfred von Bismarck, I'm going to tell him personally that it's kind of a design flaw to have most of the ammunition next to the fucking driver. He lifts his right leg, then stomps on the ground. A pocket of air launches the second leopard into the air. It falls over onto its back, then clashes against the ground and the APC. Kanzaki is awestruck. He calls this a limit? Hey, long-haired. I'll deal with the horn. Finish off the rest, will ya? She nods. Kaori looks back, seeing a crowd of Celtic Norse soldiers coming into view and running towards them and the resistance fighters. Her left fist tightens. The ends of her hair lights up purple and the blade as well. She holds up her sword in a Ko Gasumi stance. In the blink of an eye, she dashes forward. She sidesteps bullet after bullet. She kicks away a soldier, turns 80 degrees to her right, then swings her sword. As she slices through his body, she thrusts the blade behind her, stabbing another behind her through the heart. She turns again and swings her sword to her left, her right, downwards and upwards. Every soldier she attacks, she kills in an instant without losing momentum. Sliced bodies comes apart and collapses on the ground. She holds the Seven Heavens sword next to her face and holds it upside down. 7 flashes. 6 strings of wires protrudes from the sword. They slice and dice through other men's bodies and steal with ease. She lifts it up. Single flash. She swings her sword to the left and to the right. Thick strings of energy slashes through the air, slices soldiers and vehicles in half. The vehicles explode, bodies fly all over or off the cliff. She lowers her sword, shaking the blood from it. She relaxes. She turns around, only to find the rising resistance fighters stunned beyond belief. What? You call that a limit? She veers to the boy standing on the back next to Bagan's horn. Why the hell did you ever need me? Kanzaki looks to herself, then at the ends of her hair as the glow fades. What is going on with me? Hey, maybe this'll make you feel better. He touches the horn with his hand. His vector transformation breaks apart the horn. Pieces and fragments of it scatters all over the side, down the cliff, never to be seen again. That was actually satisfying. The Norwegian resistance examines the bodies left on the road and on the side of it. She approaches the boy as he jumps off of the back of the transport. That's odd. That felt too easy. When I fought Bagan, it was much more tougher than this. The body's probably eroding after so many years. Nice job, though. How do you feel? Like I want some black coffee. Well, we can't rest just yet. There are more out there. Great. Which one? Well, there's the heart, the torso, and the tail. Which do you choose? Where's the tail at? Denmark. Hope you don't get seasick. He remains silent as the two stares out at the Mjøsa River. The job is done, but there is more to come.